G'day folks, here's a quick little video showing you how to get the most out of your Hero 5 Black battery. One of the most frustrating things about any electronic device is that we can never seem to get enough battery out of it. Not just the GoPros, but cell phones, tablets, laptops. We always want more battery power. So in some of my other videos I've already talked about different battery saving tips, so I thought I'd make a video where I put everything together in one so for new users they can easily access all these settings. Some of these battery tips will help you prolong the life of your battery when your camera's powered off and sitting in your camera bag, and some of them will help prolong the battery while you're actually shooting with it. So obviously battery tip number one, have lots of spares. These little batteries are actually fairly inexpensive and they do a pretty good job. Now I made another video talking about a battery drain, and the problems I was having with this is that when the camera was powered right off, I would lose anywhere from 5%, sometimes even up to 10% every 24 hours that the camera was in standby mode or shut off. The biggest thing that was causing the battery drain after doing some tests was Wi-Fi. And it's pretty well always on. You know, if you've connected your camera to one of the smart remotes, Remo remote, or the Quick app, you know, it's always going to be on. So I found with it, I was losing about 4 to 5% of battery a day when it was on. Now, tip number one is disabling Wi-Fi. If it's not something you need while you're shooting, you can definitely disable it, and you can always re-enable it if you need it later. So to do that, we hit on connect, and we go all the way down to the bottom, and where it says wireless connections, you just turn that off. And you'll know it's off because it goes grayed out. So when we go back to the menu, you'll notice our little Wi-Fi icon is now gone as well. So that's going to be your biggest battery eater, especially when the camera's turned off. Now there are some other heavy contenders for the number one spot, so we'll go and take a look at them. Scroll down from the top and we will go to preferences. And as we go through the list here, I'll kind of show you some things. The first is turn voice control off. It doesn't eat a lot of battery, but it eats some, right? Even, I don't know if it's true, but I have read that even when the camera's turned off, it is still listening in the background. I don't know why it would be, because you can't make any commands to the Hero when it's off. So even while you're shooting, you know, if you're not going to be using it, turn it off. And that'll save you a little bit of battery there. Now we'll keep going down the list. The next is beep volume. You can set them, but ideally if you turn them right off, again, that's not something that uses a lot of hydro, but you know, when you're trying to maximize how long you can use your camera for and you don't need the beeps, turn them off. The next are LEDs. Sometimes you want these off anyways, because if you're recording and you don't want to be a distraction, then you can turn them off. The next is quick capture. Quick capture is what allows you to start recording just by hitting this button when the camera's turned off. I ran some tests and it came back a little different every time, but it was between 1 and 2% of the battery power in a 24-hour period that it would drain out. If it's not something you really need, you can go ahead and turn that off as well. And you just do so by clicking that. The next battery tip on our list is the auto off. Right by default it's set at 15 minutes. And you can change that down to 5 minutes. And that's basically how long the camera will sit before it'll power off. So that's just a good way to make sure that you're not unnecessarily using battery when you don't need it. Sometimes you forget to turn it off and you throw it in your camera bag and it's going to be using some power in the background. Now the next battery tip is more while you're using the camera, not so much when it's in standby mode, and that is brightness. It's set at 100%, so you have good visibility of the screen on bright sunny days, but if you don't need it and it's not an issue, you can bump it down. Even 50% is a good level, but you can even go a little bit lower, and you can go all the way down to 10% if you want, if you really want to save some battery. But you know, even 50%, 30%, 40%, you know, anywhere in that range is going to save a significant amount of battery for you. The next on our list is GPS, and if you click on it, you can disable it there. GPS is the feature that saves all the telemetry data to your photos and videos, and if it's not something you really need, then definitely turn it off. Again, it's not going to save you a lot, but any service that's not running is going to save you a little bit, and it'll all add up to a lot. So now with all our new settings changed, we should notice a significant difference for when the camera's turned off. You won't have as much of a battery drain. Now alternatively, what you can do is pick up a device like this. I actually already featured this in a video during an unboxing, but what this is a battery grip. So it basically has a power bank built into the handle. And it's really handy because a lot of times when you're out shooting, you're going to be bringing some form of grip with you anyways if you're going to be doing a lot of handheld stuff. And what this does is allow you to charge your GoPro on the go. At the top of the grip, it just has a standard GoPro mount, and it holds the standard frame that comes with the GoPro Hero 5 Black. So what we're going to want to do here is open the door, and we're going to remove it. And then we're just going to mount it in the frame, just like you normally would. Because we've removed the door, our charging port is accessible. And at this point, you can use the standard cable that came with your GoPro, that big long cable, and you just plug it in to this USB port here, and then into the port there. Now the only problem with that is you're going to have a lot of dangling cable that you could tie up, so that's not too much of an issue. Or alternatively, what you could do is buy a short USB-C cable. This is a 6-inch cable, and it just kind of cleans things up a bit. So you plug that into your USB-C port, you plug this part into the handle, just like so. And now you'll see that the camera is off, but it is charging. You can see by the red light there. And while you're using the camera, it will keep your battery topped up and allow you for extended shooting. It also has a tripod mount on the bottom, so you can hook it to a tripod. Well folks, those are all my battery saving tips for the Hero 5 Black. Thanks for watching my video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, found it useful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next one. You can click this bubble right here to subscribe to my channel, and I'll include some links to other videos in my channel that you might be interested in. All products used in this video will be in the description down below.